Hey guys, so today's video is a VR to Renee at Meadowlark Mystic for hashtag rainbowdecks. I've been in the hospital for the last week. We just had a baby. But while I was in the hospital, I've been watching the YouTube videos and the VRs for this tag, and it just looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a really fun challenge. So I wanted to go ahead and do my decks for the Roy G. Biv. And the challenge was to just really quickly, without overthinking it, really intuitively pick the decks that go or make you think, either have or feel like the color. So like the red, orange, yellow, blue, green, that kind of thing. So these are my decks. I'll just show them to you really quick, and then hopefully you'll play along too. So for me, this was a really great challenge, and I had to try really hard not to overthink this, just because that's who I am as a person, like at my core, overthinking and anxiety. So I had to try really hard to just intuitively pick this. So for my first deck, for my red deck, immediately the Samira May Tarot by Vera Petruk came to mind because of the all red backs, and then it has a lot of red throughout the deck. Try to get the light off there. Let's see here. But it was immediately my first thought. And so the majors have a lot of red, but throughout the entire deck there's quite a bit of red. And I do have a walkthrough of this tarot up on my channel here. So yeah, so this was immediately my first thought for my red deck. And I have kind of a mix of tarot and oracle for this. Okay, so for my orange deck, this is the Messages from the Guides by James Van Praagh. And it has just a lot of different pops of orange in it, and it was just the first deck. I love using this. It is the first thing that came to mind. There's quite a bit of orange, and it's really bright, vibrant orange. In one of my groups, someone was talking about this deck, and they were just talking about how it's not a very pretty deck. I really like it. I think it's pretty. Okay, so that was my orange deck, and for yellow, I couldn't really decide, but I went with the Bee Oracle by Angie Title. It could have been my yellow or my orange, but it's such a pretty kind of dusty yellow. And then the other sides are brighter. I love this deck. Lots of yellow. The borders are yellow. Lots of yellow in the deck. All right. And for green, this is my green deck. It's super green, all green. This is the 5-Cent Tarot by Madame Clara. And the deck itself is all green, and it's kind of like a sage green, maybe a light green, but then the cards have different shades, like darker green. And the suits in this are different. So you have matches, and your cups are teacups. And instead of swords, you have needles and buttons. And then this deck also has the keywords on it and the reversals as well. I love the teacups. I make teacup candles. I'm obsessed with teacups. This is such a beautiful deck. And with the keywords on it, anyone can use this deck. It can be a beginner deck or like an advanced deck. I don't think it takes away, like it's not distracting if you're a more advanced reader. And there's so much in the artwork to read intuitively from. So this is that classic Three of Swords image in the heart. And so this is the Three of Needles. But isn't that beautiful? So this was instantly, this is like the greenest deck that I have. It's all green. Okay. And so for my blue, I went with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Fiona Morgan. And this has blue throughout the deck. It has these beautiful blue backs that I love. And then there's blue throughout here. And it's like different shades of blue too. So as you can see, like the borders here. Darker blue, lighter blue, turquoise blue. And I did this one, I went through and I did just pick a few cards to show you guys so that you don't get any nudity. There is a lot of nudity in this deck, so otherwise you have to list the video as 18 and above. So I just went through and pulled a few of my favorite cards that had blue, that didn't have any boobies in it. But this is a really iconic deck. I'm so glad to have this in my collection. It was kind of the first of its time, ahead of its time really, for a round deck, a feminist deck. Also a deck depicting a lesbian couple as the Lovers card. But I love this deck. This is the Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Fiona Morgan for my blue deck. And then for my purple, I picked another Oracle deck. This is the Gold Lotus Oracle by Michelle Mann. And it's very like purple, violet, indigo. This is actually my newest deck. It's, look at that gilding. It's so beautiful. This is my newest deck. I just got this one. So this is the first one that I thought of. And I'm so excited to do an interview spread and get started working with it. But look at all that color. It's so pretty. Okay. Alright. Okay, so those are my decks for the hashtag rainbow decks. Hopefully you guys will play along and I'll get to see your rainbow decks as well. I will see you guys later in this week for another video.